Hey everybody! Welcome back. This video is a little different today because I do have something planned. I really want to get into getting help and asking for help and professional help, talking about getting professional help. But I can't talk about it today because I'm having problems, because I'm really angry. I'm feeling a lot of anger today. I'm feeling very angry today, and I'm feeling a lot of rage and frustration and helplessness at it, like seeing a lot of things that make me angry and then feeling like there's nothing I can do about it, and nothing constructive except like bait people on YouTube comments. Nope, nothing that I'm really like too proud of, at least. So being angry, you know, it's a natural thing. I understand this. My first therapist I ever had did a really good job at getting me to understand that anger is not like the root usually. It's not like, oh, I'm feeling angry, you did something or something's happened and now I'm angry. There's always a step in between a primary emotion, because it's not, anger is not primary, it's secondary. It's usually in reaction to the primary emotion, which is usually fear or pain. Those are the majority of it, pretty much. It all usually links down to fear and pain. And so usually where anger is present, fear and pain is also present. And it's a really interesting thing. It really is, because I'm often really like angry. But in actuality, what that means is I'm often in pain and I'm also often afraid. And today is just no different, and this is just one of those days where you just read the wrong article, or you just see something that just read something. A lot of it's just been reading news. It just makes me not feel too good about humanity. Anger is a signal that something has either hurt me or scared me, and that is usually the more helpful of the things to look at. Instead of externally looking at something to blame, it's sometimes better for me to take it and look at myself. Why am I hurting? Why am I scared? But I get it. I understand. It's so easy to just fume and just ruminate and like get angry. Just think how shitty the world is and how shitty people are. So easy. And there's something kind of rewarding about it, because I get to feel self-righteous about it. I get to feel right and everything's wrong and everyone else is wrong and I am right. And it feels so great, and the anger feels so good because it feels justified. I have every right to feel this way because I'm right. I'm so right all the time. And that's just not true. It's not true. It's not quite living close to reality. That's black and white thinking. I'm thinking an all or nothing, zero-sum mentality. There's so many words for it. And anger is just such a huge part of that mentality, zero-sum. In order for you to gain something, I have to lose. Or vice versa. In order for me to gain something, you have to lose. And so compromise doesn't really have much of a home in that mentality. And then there's always black and white thinking that comes with it, all or nothing. We can't both be right and we both can't be wrong. Even though the reality is yes to both. Yes, we can both be right. Yes, we both can be wrong. Zero-sum thinking and zero-sum mentality is a black and white thinking game. And it's alluring because you feel powerful, because you've gained something over one. You feel like you have power over something or someone, and that form of power is such an illusion. Oh, it's such an illusion. It's such a lie. It is. And I'm not saying this because I'm above it and everything. I'm saying it because I'm just so in that. And then I have these moments of clarity where I just realize, like, I'm losing. Even when I win, I lose. I don't grow. I might gain something, but in the end I still lose, because I'm living through a mentality that doesn't really change. It doesn't really adapt. It's kind of the problem with black and white thinking. All or nothing. I'm right, you're wrong. Yes, no. The problem with that thinking is that you can't change. You can't change in that mindset. I can't change in that mindset. I can't. It's just impossible to change. Change cannot exist in that environment. It is like a fish in a desert. It just won't last. Not very long at all. You can change sides, but you never change behaviors. It's just the same behavior, just from a completely different angle. It's usually a 180. You see that side is wrong, and they're bad because they're wrong. And no, by any chance you happen to somehow come to their side, have an understanding, suddenly you realize, like, oh, no, actually they're right. You end up on this side just being like, no, you're wrong, you're bad, and you're no. And you don't change. Given that, it's always been said to me and taught that the reason why human life is so successful on Earth is our ability to adapt and our ability to learn and to change. We're losing our adaptability, and we're losing the very thing that made us successful in the first place. The more we polarize, pretty much we're kind of giving up our natural adaptations that supposedly made us so successful. The point to all of this is that anger is understandable. It's a healthy emotion, but it doesn't necessarily mean that something's good or bad just because it made you angry. It just means that you might be hurt and you might be scared, and for good reason. But you gotta look inside yourself to see that. And that requires being able to see the gray areas, being able to see yourself for the whole being that you are, and not just settling for an all or nothing approach, which is just going to lock you into a situation where you're not going to be able to adapt and you're not going to be able to change. You're just going to get entrenched further and further and basically give up one of the basic tenets of adaptability that supposedly have made us survivors. So I would suggest considering not doing that, because I'm trying not to. And I'm making this video more for myself, so if I'm seeming kind of like I got attitude, it's because I'm giving myself attitude. I didn't turn on the camera with really a good idea what I was going to talk about. Usually sometimes I have some kind of plan. But this time, now I just gotta get this off my chest, so maybe I can get back to a compromise, not compromise, C-O-M-P word, compassionate, that's the word, not compromise, compassionate. Maybe I can be more compassionate and get back on the planned videos that I wanted to make about asking for help. But, asking for help, it requires that adaptability and willingness to change. And we all need it. Because we're losing it. We're losing big time as a species. Not doing so hot. So on that happy note, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to try to edit this mess together, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video with a little bit more direction and a little bit more of a point. Alright, I love you guys, and going to outro. So negative. Oh, so negative.